Cosmo Logic here. Time to talk some Dragon Ball. My topic is Jiren. I know a lot of people, they don't like Jiren. And two of the main arguments I hear, first off, let me say this. When it comes to like characters and stuff, I respect who everybody likes, who their favorite character is, because usually most people like certain characters or have a favorite character that resonates with their personality in some form or fashion. So just put that out there. But one of the criticisms, two of the main criticisms I hear about Jiren, like people be like, "Oh, Jiren's arrogant. Oh, Jiren's OP, bro. He's overpowered." So let me address those two issues. Okay, the arrogance, the overpowered thing. In my opinion, Jiren isn't arrogant. He isn't overpowered. You gotta understand, Jiren is stronger than his God. God, God of Destruction. The God of Destruction is typically the strongest being in the universe, not counting the angel, because obviously it's the angel. So Jiren surpassed his God. Like he went from a young man training with his God of Destruction and surpassed him. So when people say he's like OP, it's like, how is he OP? You know, they don't tell us the specific amount of years he trained with his God, but you know, the God said in the Tournament of Power, he found Jiren, in his solitude, in his pain, as a young man. You remember the backstory. So you fast forward to how Jiren looked in that backstory. You look at how Jiren looked in that backstory, and you fast forward to the Tournament of Power. You can estimate probably 5 to 10 years past at least. So he spent at least 5 to 10 years training with the God in his angel. It makes sense that, he would be as powerful as he is. Now, when people say he's arrogant, like, first off, he don't even talk that much. A lot of arrogant people typically talk a fucking lot. Like, Frieza's fucking there. You filthy monkeys. Vegeta's fucking arrogant. Kakarot, you're a clown. You're below me, Kakarot. So, like, Vegeta and, like, Frieza can be argued to be the most arrogant characters. Even though Vegeta's on the side of good now, he's still arrogant in a lot of ways. But Frieza definitely just like hands down, just brutally fucking arrogant. But Jiren seldom says anything. And the few things he says, people like to interpret as arrogance, telling the fighters, the Z fighters, they don't have a chance, they can't win. That's really not arrogance if you consider, you know what I'm saying, how powerful he is. I'll give you an analogy. Let's say you got $1 trillion. Forbes has already said you're the richest person in the world. But everybody don't know who you are because you're really not famous, but you're the richest person in the world, you got $1 trillion. And you go to some party and people are playing big bank, little bank, and somebody comes up to you, you quiet at the party, be like, "Hey man, let's play big bank, little bank." And you just look at them politely and be like, "No, you wouldn't win." Some people would misinterpret that as arrogance, and I get it. They'd be like, "Oh, who you think he is? He talking about we wouldn't win." But from your perspective, from Jiren's perspective, it's like if you're a trillionaire, it's like you're not being arrogant. You're just being a realist. It's like, look, I know I'm the richest person in the world. I know I have $1 trillion, and I know you don't have more than me. So when I tell you you won't win, you won't win. So when Jiren, the few things he said to the Z fighters, it wasn't arrogance. It's like once he surpassed his God, it's just like in his head, he's like, who's stronger than me? He is the strongest mortal. Now, yeah, Goku did surpass him by reaching mastered Ultra Instinct, but what you gotta understand about that, Goku can't channel that power at will. So technically, Jiren is still the strongest mortal. And Goku didn't go in that tournament knowing he was going to reach that level. So Jiren wasn't arrogant just looking at Goku and thinking like Goku hit all of these guys, they have no chance. Another thing you got to look at too, in the Tournament of Power, you couldn't kill. Imagine if you could kill in the Tournament of Power. Let's like really think about that. As soon as the tournament begins, you can kill. Jiren is so freaking powerful. He could have wiped out everybody in the tournament, all other universes, single-handedly within 5 minutes. He could have. Some of you be like, no, he could have. That's how powerful he is. He landed a few blows on Mastered Ultra Instinct. He increased his power when he was going against a Master Ultra Instinct Goku. Jiren is ridiculously strong, rightfully so, because he trained with his God of Destruction for probably a decade. You know what I'm saying? Look how long Vegeta and Goku have been training with Whis. That hasn't been that long. Real talk. It really hasn't been that long. It hasn't been no 5 to 10 years they've been training with Whis. So, and look how powerful they've become training with Whis. Vegeta became a Super Saiyan God all by himself. Remember, Goku needed the help of other Saiyans to reach that level. Vegeta reached out to Whis, went to that planet, and they didn't show it, but you know that's what happened. He became a Super Saiyan God just by training with Whis. So if Vegeta can do that in that short amount of time, and him and Goku can both reach blue in that short amount of time, logic dictates that Jiren, if he's spending 5 to 10 years training with his God, that he's just going to be insanely strong. So he's not overpowered. He's not arrogant. He's highly confident in the fact that he's the strongest mortal. You know what I'm saying? And it's just because of his body language and the way he says it, because it comes off cold. I get why some people misinterpret it. Now, yeah, I'll get. But Jiren doesn't have the most interesting personality like Vegeta and other characters. I get that. So if you don't like Jiren because his personality doesn't have a lot of substance, a lot of depth, I get that. But don't hate on the man because you think he's arrogant or overpowerful. Like, that man worked hard to get where he's at. He has quickly become one of my favorite characters. And I love the fact that he don't say much, because it goes back to that analogy of big bank, little bank. It's like, when you got that much power, when you got that much money, you don't have to just run off at the mouth. A lot of people who run off at the mouth, the loudest, in the club, got the chain on, they don't really got as much money as they trying to project. It's usually the person that wearing that look gay ass flannel shirt. I don't mean to defend nobody, but when they look that punk ass flannel shirt, some dusty ass jeans, that'd be the motherfucker with the most money and the most power. Motherfuckers like that don't have to show off because they're secure and confident in themselves. That's how Jiren is. Jiren just stood there for almost half of the tournament, like, because he knew he that dude. Most motherfuckers would have been in there, oh, look at me. Hey, yo, I'm the strongest mortal. You don't need to do all that, bro. If you're secure in your power, you don't need to do all that. Your power will speak for itself, and his power spoke for himself. I just wanted to go on this rant. I didn't think it was going to be this long, but I love Jiren, and I'm about to drop more anime, more whatever type nerd geek videos. I didn't do enough of that motivational stuff, but it's time to get on this Dragon Ball, My Hero Academia, some sports, and whatever else comes to my mind. Please leave some comments. Tell me what you think. If you don't like Jiren, tell me why you don't like him. I respect everyone's viewpoint. If you think I'm wrong, if you think he's arrogant and overpowered, logically break that down. Don't be in your emotions. Logically break it down. Cosmo Logic out. Peace, prosperity.